kind of dive right into this, OGR. Mid draft, man. What do you like? Just initial gut feeling thoughts. What do your Giants? What are your feelings? How you feeling so far?
So far, I'm happy. I'd say they took the left tackle that I wanted. They got a first round prospect in Xavier McKinney, the best safety, arguably on the
Yep, yep,
board
yep.
at the second round, and then they got Matt Pert, who can be a future right tackle or left tackle, depending on whatever you do with Andrew Thomas. Both can play both positions, and obviously Matt Pert's going to need a little bit of development because he wasn't a finished product at UConn. But I'm happy so far. What do you think about your Patriots, my friend?
I think I think this the drafting that the so far the picks that the Patriots have. Um, I liked it so far. I did. It showed a lot in the direction in which the Pats are trying to go with with um with the team. They're definitely focusing on that infusion of youth, which they have been missing. They have been missing for a while now. That the Patriots roster has been aging for a couple of years now, and they've really needed this infusion of youth. The two tight ends is definitely an eye opener because they are desperate for production out of that spot. Because last year it was terrible. They had, I mean, between the tight ends that played that for them, there was 36 catches and only 3 touchdowns
Yeah,
for the entire season. I mean,
yeah,
that is very that's I mean, for the Patriots standards, out of that position, considering what they've gotten out of it in the past, that is unacceptable. Like, that needed to be fixed. So you can definitely tell they're trying. They're trying there, and they are I like the safety pick, even though he's kind of an unknown, but I do like that pick as well. And then they chose two linebackers too, which I mean, you have to replace Van Noy, and you have basically just filling the gaps that were left in free agency. So I thought they picked pretty smart. Um, and just once again, just that infusion of youth, I think, is going to be good. And I really didn't have a gripe with how they did it. Shocking to me, though, Bill moved up 3 times in one round to get the guys that he wanted. He packaged a lot of those picks together, and he moved up 3 times to get guys that he felt were either going to go before he could pick them, or he really did like that much. So it's nice to see Bill find his guys and go get them.
absolutely. I totally agree with you.
Um, Now for the Giants, man, let's go with who do you think they're out of the picks that they had? Who do you think's going to be the most like plug and play, ready to go from training camp? Do you?
Oh, Andrew Thomas. Andrew Thomas, because that one's easy because Andrew Thomas is the most um, pro-ready left tackle in the draft and can play right tackle as well. So it really depends what the Giants are going to do. He can play either right tackle or left tackle. If they want to leave Nate Solder at left tackle and put him at right, if Nate Solder struggles at left tackle, maybe they slide Nate Solder to right
They can
tackle,
move. They
and
can
then
move Thomas over. Yeah.
so he's the most
He
pro ready, and he's the most plug and play. I mean, McKinney's plug and play too. The Giants need a free safety unless they really believe in Julian Love.
Now, um, I liked the Andrew Thomas pick. I did not want to see you guys pick Mackay Becton. His don't don't get me wrong. His size is excellent for a left tackle. The one thing that worried me about Becton, and I'm glad you guys. I think you're going to be happy that you didn't pick him. Is like the one thing coming out pre-draft was that his feet tended to be a little bit slow, and he could be a little questionable off the edge with the pass rush. And I mean, guys that size, I mean, if your feet aren't under you, and you're not fast enough, those edge rushers can get you. Like Like when we had Trent Brown, it was kind of the same way. He was his pass pro when pressure when got those speed guys come off the edge, it's a different ball game. And if you can't set your feet to protect, it's game over. They're going to get you. So I really that Andrew Thomas pick for you guys, I think is going to be that's going to be. I mean, Daniel Jones's confidence for that has got that's got to go through the roof. And it shows, man. It shows OGR that team and Joe Judge have they've fully committed to Daniel Jones, and they've said, all right, kid, we're gonna, you know, you can definitely tell that Judge and Gettleman they came into that draft and they said, you know what, we're gonna protect our investment and we're gonna get him some, we're gonna get him some defensive help too, make sure that they the Giants picked well, man. I thought that the on the offensive side of the football that you could definitely tell what their plan was. Let's protect the kid and let's get him. Because when you get protection in the pocket as a quarterback, it only does one thing for your confidence, and that makes it go up.
Absolutely, absolutely. I agree with that 100%. And also, I mean, do you want to move over to what your team or what your teams want to address? Rounds 4 through 7, because obviously we still have another third day of the draft to go here.
Yeah, so let's go jump into that, dude. So what's in your thoughts? What's left for the Giants? What's next on the list?
The next on the list is actually more offensive line. The Giants do need to address the offensive line position. So I'd go Biatich out of Wisconsin is
Mm-hmm.
certainly a possibility. I believe he's still on the board. I stopped going at. I stopped after the Giants drafted at 99 because that was such a long wait.
I know.
So I think he's still on the board.
I believe he is the kid out of Wisconsin, right?
So the Giants have pick 110. So if he can last the next however many picks, I really want Biatich in the 4th round. And then as far as what else they need, they could use more linebacker depth. They could use a pass rusher they could develop because obviously everything is developmental now. If Joe Judge sees a guy that he really likes as far as special teams, even though I think the Giants special teams unit is pretty good, but obviously you still don't want to start plugging. And then a lot of Giants fans want the kid out of Liberty there, Gandy Golden.
Yeah. I heard about him. I haven't seen too much film on him, but I've heard good things.
So I would say a tall wide receiver, depth at linebacker, center position is what the Giants are going to be looking for. So what about the Patriots? What do you guys want? I mean, quarterback could be a question.
I yeah, dude, that is the biggest question. Like, I don't even know who is Stidham going to be the guy? Are they going to roll with him? Or are they gonna put Hoyer? I mean, like, even I
No,
don't have a clue who they're going to start.
invested in Stidham. Stidham
Yeah,
is the guy. Yeah, I'm fully confident.
yeah. He's from what I've heard, Belichick is very high. Like he thinks very highly of Stidham. The work ethic, his work ethic is there. Like there's a lot of good things. The one like just from the reports that have come out have said like they're just not 100% sure that he is absolutely ready to start. But they do believe he is the future though. That's what I'm hearing. Which if he's got the work ethic that they say, then that's only going to do nothing but good things for the kid. Which so I still think we need I still think we're going to need some offensive line depth because as when the line got hurt last year, it definitely hurt them a lot. It hurt. It did. They struggled. Were their backups in there with Brady were a struggle. You could tell that the offensive line communication just wasn't there. So in my opinion, they're probably going to have to go offensive line depth, and then I wouldn't mind seeing maybe a slot receiver to kind of replace Julian Edelman because he is getting up there. Some of these, dude, this draft is really deep in wide receiver, really deep.
Oh yeah.
So I wouldn't mind seeing a slot receiver picked and I mean a specific slot receiver, not not like some guy that can play both. I mean, I want somebody who they could, I want a specific slot receiver that we know that in a couple of years when Edelman retires that there's going to be a replacement for him. So that's what I think. I mean, so O line, like an O line, yeah. So O line depth, and then a slot receiver. I think are the two main addresses. And then I mean, if they pick a quarter, if they can, if one falls in their lap, I think Bill will probably end up taking one. But like you said, maybe fifth or sixth round. If it falls in their lap, they 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 may take him. Like if Fromm falls that far, he might or Eason, Fromm or Eason, if they fall that far, he may grab them up because the Patriots have been linked to Jake Fromm. There was rumors out there a little while ago that he did work out Jake Fromm and um he did like what he saw, so or thought he could work with what he saw. So that's just interesting there. But I think those are the directions in which the Pats could go there.
Don't know
Now,
if you're late on your end, but Dragon Butterfly gave me.
there we go. Just popped up. Hey, super chat. Dono hype in the house. Thanks, Dragons. Early morning super chat. Much appreciated, Dragons Butterfly. Um, so let's kind of jump around. Like, let's just talk the draft in general now. OGR.
Yeah.
Biggest shock so far. Shock pick so far.
This one's easy. I
Uh-huh.
can name a couple if you want me to, but obviously Jalen Hurts in the second round of the Eagles. Nobody saw that coming. That's
No,
easily the shock of the draft. For
no
me,
one. No one.
for me, in the first round, the first one that shocked me, it wasn't the most shocking, was Henderson to 9 to the Jaguars. Because Henderson was picked always in the mid rounds, and he
Yeah.
went 9 to the Jaguars. That was a little bit of a reach by the Jaguars. Uh, Tampa Bay swamping up just to get Tristan Wirfs. Did they really think San Fran was going to go um, offensive line there? Because that's the only reason you trade with swap picks. So that's another shocker there. I don't understand why that. I
Yeah,
don't
because all they did was move up one pick to get him. Yeah.
exactly. So they must have thought San Fran was going Wirfs there if it was there.
Dude, I'm that the Eagles picking Jalen Hurts. I was like, well, that puts Carson Wentz kind of on notice there, where it's like, hey kid, if you can't stay on the field, we're gonna we'll pick we're gonna try somebody who will. It's I
Even
mean I know
Jalen
that.
was not uh, a very good selection in my opinion either. The first round wide receiver they got out of TCU.
I see. I think he benefited from that system. I don't, like I don't know. Like I would have gone elsewhere. I don't think that's a good. Yeah, like I'm kind of with you on that one. I don't think that. I think that was kind of a reach, a little bit of a reach at the time.
And I think they need somebody on the outside. And Justin Jefferson can do both. Justin Jefferson, what a pick later? Like, why wouldn't you take Justin Jefferson out of
See,
LSU?
I like Justin Jefferson a lot. I think he's going to be. I think his NFL future is real bright. I think his work ethic. I think his style of play. I think he's going to be good.
Oh yeah.
Um, yeah, dude. That puts like I that puts what it's like they literally just sent a message to Carson Wentz with that. Like that's what that was. That was a shot across the bow. Like I was sitting there and I was like, they did not just take a quarterback after paying Wentz 30 million. What are they doing?
That's a big investment. Maybe they just don't want to be comfortable, and they felt that hey, this is the message. Like hey, like you said, you've got to stay on the field. You've got to be productive. We're doing everything in our power to give you weapons and whatnot. Unfortunately, they can't stay healthy right now. But hey, we are a Eagles feel that they are a Super Bowl caliber team, and Carson, you need to live up to it, and I think he has. I mean, besides the injuries, I mean, it was a freak injury against Seattle in the playoff game. That game would have been a lot closer had Carson Wentz not gone down in that game. He
Oh yeah,
played great, and then he got a dirty hit from Jadeveon Clowney, and that was the end of it. But
yeah,
I mean, he stayed healthy throughout the season. He battled. They battled injuries. As much as I hate the Eagles, to me that's a head scratcher. Unless they want to do something similar to what you guys did with Jimmy Garoppolo and fit Jalen Hurts down the road, but even then, that is a huge investment in the second round. You know,
yeah.
you
No, because
guys,
yeah, oh yeah,
it's no secret that you guys wanted Jimmy Garoppolo to be the next guy after Brady. And
yeah,
Robert,
because they fully, yeah. The difference with the Pats is they fully expected Garoppolo to be the guy. They didn't initially want to flip him. That wasn't their plan. Their plan was for him to was for him to take Brady's spot, not to turn him over to somebody for a second round pick. But OGR, in your opinion, which team has had the best draft so far?
if to me, I like what the Broncos have done. Everything the Broncos have done pretty much has been addressing um what's his face? Drew Lock. There we go.
Yeah,
So you have KJ Hamler, you go get Jerry Judy. So I like what the Broncos have done.
I see. I think Baltimore has probably drafted one. They've probably had one of the best drafts. Baltimore has done really really good. I really do like their picks. You could tell they're uh, they're trying to surround Lamar with some weapons and really make that offense potent. And another one I think that also drafted really well. I kind of hate to say it, but I and Pat's in here, so that's kind of ironic. But I do like what the Cowboys did. I like how the Cowboys drafted. And Jerry Jones didn't screw it up this year. He didn't manage to mess it up. So I really like I they're you could tell that they're going all in with Dak with what they with that those the weapons that they've given him with the weapons that they've given Prescott now. OGR, there's no excuse.
Oh, there's absolutely no excuse.
After this year, there's no excuse. Dak has got to get to the second round of the playoffs with the weapons. Look at what he has surrounding him now. You know what I mean?
CeeDee Lamb, Amari Cooper.
Yeah, CeeDee Lamb,
Hey,
Cooper, Gallup,
is mine?
and Zeke Elliott.
There's a little bit of a reverb. Am I coming through your computer?
Hold on, but let me check.
Scott Zilla pointed that out.
Hold on. Let me try this. All right. I just turned that down. Hold on one sec. Pull this up. All right, go ahead and say something, OGR.
Yo. It's a little bit better.
That's better. I just had to. Yeah. All right. We're good. Turn the volume down a little bit. There we go. All right. But yeah, there's there's no excuse. They've surrounded Dak with a lot like CeeDee Lamb, Gallup, and Cooper. That's those three receivers. If you and then you put Elliott in the backfield. If you, in my opinion, I don't know about you, and I'm trying to be as unbiased as I can. If you can't get to the playoffs, and I do like that you can tell. I don't think they're done. I think the Cowboys are going to go defense with the next couple picks and try to fill some of those gray areas that they had there. But there's no excuse, dude. With those three receivers and Zeke Elliott, and you're telling me you can't win a division and get to the playoffs in the competition that you're playing, massive. If that does not happen this upcoming year, massive underachievement.
You know what's kind of funny that you say that, because it's kind of funny that all the Giants between free agency and draft have basically been addressing other things that teams have done in the draft. So the Redskins have taken Chase Young. Who blocked Chase Young the best in college?
Thomas.
Andrew Thomas.
Yep, counterpunching, right?
Exactly. Bradbury has gone up against Michael Thomas. He's gone up against Julio Jones twice a year, has done a decent job on both those guys. A guy that can go up against Amari and give Amari a tough go. DeAndre Baker, second year. Let's see what he can do against CeeDee Lamb. Like, the Giants have matched up with a lot of these teams in the NFC, and it's going to be very interesting to see what they do. The other thing I just to go back quickly, the Giants, I want them to get a slot corner. I don't think they have a true slot corner. A lot of people think Julian Love out of Notre Dame can do it last year, and to me, Julian Love's a jack of all trades. Like, he can do it all. He can play free safety. He can play strong safety. He can play the slot. He could play the outside if you really needed to in a pinch. So it's going to be interesting to see how they use him. But yeah, going what you say. And then I think Denver obviously had the best draft. I already said that. Who do you think had the worst draft? To me, so far, it's the Eagles. By far, the Eagles have the worst draft so far. Not to stay in the NFC East so much, but
I'm with you on the Eagles, but I don't think the Jets drafted that well either.
Yeah, Mekhi Becton, I thought, was not so much a reach, but he failed a drug test. And somebody pointed this out. I believe it was Heart Media the other day, a small channel. So go check it out if you haven't.
Heart Media?
Yeah, Heart Media. And he's like a Giants fan, but he covers more than just Giants. He said that the biggest drug test you ever take in your life as a professional athlete is at the combine. And the fact that you failed that says a lot about you. Like, at least with Zach Bond, he drank a lot of water because I guess he was trying to get his weight down, and then he tried to rehydrate and it diluted his sample. So teams are like, that was a flag test. Mekhi flat out failed.
Yeah.
What? I do not know. I can assume it's the ganj. That just shows laziness. That shows a bad mindset. And Joe Douglas should have never drafted him. Tristan Wirfs should have been the pick there. Mekhi Becton should still be falling down boards.
I like Wirfs better than Becton. I really do.
I think Wirfs on the right side. I don't think you're going to move Wirfs to left tackle.
No, I'm just saying I like him. I like him better. Like I would have. Like I said, Becton to me needs to lose 30 pounds. He's got to get quicker. I just think he would be. I think he would struggle. That's just me. And yeah, like I'm with the like. What are the Eagles doing? Like, what are they?
To me, they needed an outside guy, and Rigger's not that.
Their picks this year were just head scratching, like so far, and they still have a lot of like they got a lot of work to do too. It's so. Who do you? So coming out of the draft, OGR, and let's with the new additions, who do you think's going to be the better? You know, who made the biggest improvement? Who do you think's going to make the biggest improvement?
Who's going to make the biggest jump as far as teams go?
With the additions to their team, who do you think's going to make the biggest jump?
Because I have them linked. I'm going to go with the Broncos. I think Locke takes a step forward. I'm not going to tell you the Broncos are going to take that division because it's the best division in all of the NFL. I think the AFC West between the Kansas City Chiefs, Oakland Raiders, Chargers, and themselves is the most solid division 1 through 4. I'm going to say the Oakland Raiders. I think the Oakland Raiders are not Oakland Raiders. Sorry, I meant the Denver Broncos. I think the Denver Broncos step up this year, surprise people, and go get a wild card. Even if it's that 7th seed, I think. Nobody expects – I think a lot of people will pick the Denver Broncos to be dead last in that division, and I think they step up. I really like what they did.
Interesting. Nice. That's Denver, Denver, like, you could definitely – some of these teams going into the draft, like the Giants will want – you could definitely tell that they had a main focus and a direction in which they were going in. Like Denver's whole deal was let's give Locke some weapons and let's fill some of those defensive voids that that's I think that's going to be their strategy, and I'm with you, man. I think Drew Lock has a lot of potential, and I think with some weapons, it's gonna be an interesting season to watch for them for sure. Now let's you mind if we kind of jump let's jump to a different sport.
All
Right?
right, jump to a different sport. That's fine with me.
So given the current situation and the current talks that have gone on, do you think we're going to see basketball this year?
Absolutely not.
Do
Absolutely
you think we're
not.
going to see the basketball season or no?
I just think the way it fell through. It's not fair to the teams, 10, 9, 8 in each division that have a chance to jump up with more games left in the season to jump up and get those spots. It's not fair to them. They could have qualified for the playoffs. Someone like the Spurs, as bad as they were, could have qualified for the playoffs. It's not fair to start the playoffs now, and that's exactly what you'd be doing as the NBA. Not to mention, you're going to play with empty stadiums. Not to mention, you are going to be on top of your draft. You are going to be on top of NBA Summer League because these guys need to develop. I think it's a bad idea. Cancel the season. It's unfortunate this happened, but NBA needs to cancel the season. There's just no reason to, and not to mention, if any of these players contract it, now you're possibly giving it to other players. You have 22 players on a roster, I don't even know how many players are actually on a basketball roster. Totally.
I think it's 22 or 24. I think.
Yeah. So you have 22 plus coaches. That's just way too many people, and they're going to the stadium. And then, you're still going to have security there. But you can't just have an empty stadium and no security. You're still going to have security. You're still going to ask police officers to come. You're still going to have an ambulance on standby because if somebody gets injured, they need to go to the hospital. It's just not worth it. There's just way too many people in a building, even if it's empty. So to me, it's just a bad idea. I know people want sports. They're clamoring for sports. I'm probably getting flamed in the chat right now. I haven't looked at it yet. But no, to me, I think it's canceled.
I'm with you. I'm 100% with you. I'm 100% with you, dude. We want it back. You're 100% right with the reasoning. And the longer this goes, right? The longer this goes on, if you even want to think about having it back, you had to they had to make a decision weeks ago, and they couldn't. You physically can't make that decision when the numbers are still going up. Everything is still going up, and
Bobby, not to interrupt you, but not only that, players are going to boycott it. There's going to be players that say, "Hey, I don't feel comfortable playing. I'm sorry, I'm not going to do it." They're going to, and that's going to affect teams as well. So you're going to have, even if you start the playoffs, you're just going to have diluted rosters playing against diluted rosters for players who want to continue. No, I just think it's a bad idea. But continue on with your point.
No, I'm with you. Yeah, you can see what they're doing. You can tell they don't want to cancel this season. They really don't, because they're gonna miss out on a lot of money, and they've already cut these NBA players salaries by 25%. And dude, think about this. This is they're what's the players union gonna do? The players, the players, dude, they're gonna go after if they don't get compensated, or if they don't like the direction in which things are going, it's gonna
open up a whole can of worms.
Yeah, dude. What would happen if the players, if the players union was all right, you're gonna cut all the pay, and you're gonna do this and you're gonna do that. What if they went on strike next year and we got no sports, no basketball for 2 years?
Oh my God, that's the death of the NBA. The absolute death blow to the NBA. They're no better at the NHL at that point, in my opinion.
and it's so weird because we get mixed reports back and forth and back and forth. Like one couple, 3 days it's no, 3 days later it's yes. I really think that um, I really think that even they don't know, truly what to do.
All right, to change to pose a question to you, because the timing of this by the MLB was very, very smart, and maybe not, I guarantee half people in the chat didn't see it. The final punishment came down for the Red Sox. Rod Manfred timed that perfectly.
I was gonna get to this. So what's up? What's your question?
So, what do you think about the punishment for the Red Sox?
I think if I'm an Astros fan, I'm losing my mind right now.
Well, I don't. What we did wasn't nearly egregious as the Astros. I mean, we weren't banging on trash cans to let you go. Okay, 2 bags. It's a curveball. Like,
No, I get it though, right? Like I do get it, but if you're an Astros fan, like this dude, this is. I was saying this for a long time. I was like, you want to know why they're delaying this? Because they're not going to punish him as bad. I knew, like as soon as this thing got drug out for months and months, I was like, they're there. And did you see how like quietly the punishment came out? Like there was no major announcement like there was for the Astros. It was they just kind of quietly released it to the public. Like it wasn't. It like I personally think that they didn't want to punish the Sox. They really didn't.
no, they didn't. But they had to do something, and this is their something. Okay, Alex Cora, you're suspended because of what you did with the Astros. You guys get a 2nd-round pick, and oh yeah, the guy running the video feed in your booth. Oh, by the way, he's suspended without pay for a year. Like, yeah. Here's a slap on the wrist because we cannot put any more of a black eye on this sport because this sport can't take any more black eyes because it's one strike away from being soccer. Like,
dude, it is. Yeah, like it's
and nobody's talking about the MLB season. Like, I know they're joking about it, and here Arizona scene, baseball could get their season canceled. If they don't start the season by July,
yeah,
their season's done. Nobody's going to be watching baseball in August or September. And you can't You're going to have a 30-game season? Okay, here's the playoff teams. No, baseball's got to get their act together if they even want to salvage their season. And people might think that's crazy coming out of me. They need to get their act together and figure out what they're going to do. Because if they don't sit down and figure it out, the more time goes on, I know we're only almost here in May, but again, they need to get their act together. And I don't know if they can. Because again, like you said, numbers are going up still. And time is the enemy. And not to mention, until you have a vaccine, things aren't truly ever going to get back to normal.
Yeah.
And that's the reality. And that's the reality people don't want to admit, because at the end of the day, we want to give people hope. I'm a realist. And
no, dude, I'm with you. Like I'm 100% with you. You have to take a step back and just look at the reality of the situation. Like, and that the reality is like the facts say that we're just not like they're just not close. Like they're just not close. Like you can't realistically say this is the plan if this goes like they can't, because there's 10 different factors that's involved in all this and all the logistics wise, and it's just you're running out of time to squeeze all these game like all this stuff in. Like it's just impossible. You physically can't do it. The Sox this year worry me. They're
in transition. They're in transition. I think once Sale went under the knife, the Sox are saying, we give up on the season. We don't really care what's going to happen. This season does not matter. Sorry, Sox fans. And at this point, ownership's got to realize, Henry, we expect championships here.
Oh, yeah.
And this small ball approach you're taking Now, granted, Dave Dombrowski has done a lot of damage to the farm
He
system,
obliterated the farm system.
but you know what? That's Dave Dombrowski's MO. You knew that coming in.
Detroit.
You know, he came from Detroit. He destroyed. They still haven't recovered from Dave Dombrowski.
And what is it going on 5 years now, right?
Exactly. And what's his name? Our current general manager right now, Chatham. Is it? I might have the name wrong, but him, like, he's out of the Rays thing. He's gonna come in here. He's gonna build the farm system. He's gonna play small ball. He's gonna improve the pitching staff. Like, this is his strategy. He's gonna use the Rays strategy here. And I don't know if the Red Sox fans have the patience now to really go with it because of the expectations of championships.
Yeah.
It's going to be really interesting playing out here, because we're not going to go out and get big name free agents. We're going to build our farm system up, and we're going to start bringing guys in, and we're going to take guys that, hey, we're going to give you a second chance here.
Yeah.
But there's some moves we need to make, and I know he's beloved. Let's get rid of Dustin Pedroia. I am sorry. You got to go. You have got to go.
Dude, that was me 3 years ago. Like, I was saying that 3 years ago. It's like his knees are done. He's taking up space. Like, he's like, Dustin, love you for what you did. You know, you've battled through everything, bro, and you've shown loyalty to the team when most people would leave. Like, but it's time to move on, dude. It's time to
retire. Yeah. And you're going to retire Red Sox. Like, they're going to love you. We're going to remember you going out there. You're another dirt dog. You're another Trot Nixon of the, go out there. Not the biggest guy, not the smartest guy, but he's going out there and giving you 110%. He's going to do that face first slide. Even if he gets cleated in the face, he doesn't care. He'll come up bloody, and he's going to give you everything he's got, and we appreciate that. Red Sox fans love guys. Trot Nixon growing up was one of my most beloved players. I loved Trot Nixon.
No, dude, I'm with you. I'm definitely with you. He's like, we need to fill that roster spot with someone, who can contribute to the team on a daily basis. Like,
I can't think of the kid we called up last year. We had him at first base, but he's actually a second baseman. Can hit the snot out of the ball too. Yeah.
Oh, the kid they called up from Pawtucket, right?
Yeah.
I'm drawing a blank.
I'm drawing a blank too.
So, yeah, man, the Sox got some issues, dude. Like, they definitely they worry me this year. Like,
Michael Chavez. Chavez, I believe, it is actually a second baseman by trade. He might be a first baseman. I could be wrong on that one.
Oh, Chavez. Yeah. Yep. It's but it did. Yeah, they were. I think the Sox were going to be in for a rough year. I think.
Honestly, I mean, I hate to say it, this is a blessing in disguise for the Red Sox, because we didn't expect much. Like, Yankee fans are talking trash to me, like some, and I just laugh. I laugh, and they're like, "Why?" I'm like, "This is a lost season. I can care less what the Red Sox do this season." Like, honestly, I knew right when they made no commitment in free agency, and they were just going for these bare minimum players like Pilar. Fine. They made the trade with the thing. Like, they're building the farm system. They want to make sure they have stuff going forward. Sorry for the screaming in the background.
Understandable. You're good.
They're playing with the train set, and one pushed the other one out of the way, and it's all great. Yes, Giant Opinion Sports.
I am my two brothers.
I am a Red Sox fan. I am a Red Sox Giants fan. I live in Connecticut. You get both markets. My dad was a huge Giants Red Sox fan growing up. I have a multitude of reasons why I'm a Giants Red Sox fan.
So let me get a non-Patriots fan point of view on this, OGR.
Yeah.
What do you make of Brady going to Tampa Bay?
The Buccaneers.
What do you, from a non-Patriot underwear, Patriots socks, a homer, a non-Pats fan, point of view? What do you?
A non-Pats fan point of view? You want the total reason why?
Yeah.
Florida market's great for his retirement plan, TB12. That's what it is. I don't expect the Tampa Bay Buccaneers to rival what the Patriots have done. I don't. They did it because TB12 is more pushable in the Florida market, especially with a lot of retirees and whatnot. That's what they did. Now they're trying to build a championship roster, and it's going to be a very competitive team. And I expect I don't know if I expect the Buccaneers to come out of there, but they certainly are going to get a wild card. They're still going to be a 10-win team, I think. But at the end of the day, I think Brady's going to fall short. And here's the question. And because this question is going to be propped up, and Pats fans got to be prepared to answer this. If Brady has more success than Belichick this year, and I know the Patriots roster isn't as good as the Buccaneers roster, but this is how people are going to perceive this because this is the media day we live in. Was it Brady or was it Belichick? That's what's going to happen.
$1 million question, dude. It's the $1 million question. Pats fans have wondered this for years. I think it's going to take more. I think it's going to take a few years to get this answer. Brady might win this year with the roster that he has and the talent surrounding him. He may win this year. The Bucs may finish better than the Patriots this year, but long term, I don't know. Me personally, as a Pats fan, I think they were a sum of their parts. Could Brady have won a Super Bowl with another team? A Super Bowl or two? Maybe. Could Belichick put on another team? Maybe have won one or two. With the right roster and the right team? Probably. Could they have won 6 on their own? No. Nope.
I agree.
Now, what about Gronk? Like here now, I want your opinion, but this is Gronk wasn't done with football. He needed a year off to go rest. You know what he was done with? Bill Belichick's militaristic running of the team.
Oh, absolutely.
That's what he was done with.
But here's the thing. Bill Belichick's military running of the team and keeping everybody in their place is the reason why you've had as much success as you've had. Mm-hmm. And Gronk not being 100% dedicated to football is going to have an adverse effect on Tampa Bay. It's going to have with Arians, it's still going to be strict, but it's going to be a little bit more loose than even what Belichick would have. To me, Tampa Bay, I could see Tampa Bay in a world going 8-8, and people will probably like, well, what OGR? You're out of your mind. You got an aging Tom Brady. You have, a plethora of weapons, but can that defense keep up? Like, there's a ton of questions with the Buccaneers, and you're putting a Band-Aid on a situation because the minute Arians decides to go and they've had enough of Tom Brady, the Bucs are going into an instant rebuild mode. You're going to sell off all these pieces. Mike Evans is going to go. Godwin's going to go. JPP is going to go. Any other big name you think you have on there, the guy they just took last year, Devin White, he's going to go. It's going to be a selling spree. You're going to get a ton of draft capital and start right over because this is what happens when you go and get a 43-year-old quarterback. Even though he's the best quarterback arguably in NFL history, again, this is what's going to end up happening.
Yeah, man. No, absolutely. I 100% agree. It's a risk. Like Tampa Bay just took all their chips and pushed them all in. And they basically gave themselves a 2-year window to win.
Yep, to win a Super Bowl. Absolutely.
And like you said, like Belichick kept Gronk's partying way dude, at South Beach, that dude, he's gonna be out at the clubs every night.
My God, it's gonna be ridiculous. I'll be surprised if Gronk gets through week 10 healthy. And you know what? There was no reason for Gronk, honestly.
No, they had O.J. Howard and they had Cameron Brate.
Exactly. There's no reason for Gronk other than Brady going in there and I want Gronk. What are you guys going to go out and get Antonio Brown too in the Tampa? Jesus.
No, I know. And it just goes to show like people have been saying, like Brady leave. Like we did this whole Brady watch forever. Like for months. OGR. It was and like dude, this all like it goes to show that dude, there was a fracture in that relationship for years.
Oh,
For
ever
years
since
now.
ever since Garoppolo went to San Fran, that's when the fracture began, and the fissure grew and grew and grew and grew, and you could tell Belichick was pissed, and he was trying to run Brady out of the building. He did nothing on that offensive line since Garoppolo left, or hardly anything. And Brady was like, I'm not staying here and getting pummeled because you want to make a point.
Yeah, no, nope. I'm 100% with you. You know when I think the fracture really started? When we lost to the Eagles. When we lost to the Eagles in the Super Bowl. I think that's where it started, because I think that's where Brady first started to be like, what am I doing? What are we doing? What what do we do? Like the benching of Malcolm Butler, like what are we doing? Like Bill, like that's the first. See, that was the first instance in which Bill let a personal vendetta get in the way of putting the best player on the field.
Yep.
Malcolm Butler played 96% of the snaps that year, and he was by far either your first or second best corner. What are you doing? Like, bury the hatchet, put the kid on the field. He makes that stop on third down, and we win this. We win that game. Like, that's to me. That's when the fissure started. That's when it was like, okay, I see you, Bill. I see what you're doing. You know, to make a point, we lost the Super Bowl.
Yeah. I mean, there's no other really way to say it. The guy sitting there on the bench with tears in his eyes, and he knows it because I want to make a point. I want to make a point. It's my way or the highway. I am the one piece that the Patriots, because once Belichick decides it's enough, Patriots organization's never going to be that again. The fact that they brought in this one entity and were able to pry him away from the Jets and say, build this here, and he has. The Patriots, I mean, I'm sorry, most Patriots fans to me are homers. I'm not accusing you of being a homer. I'm just saying most Patriots fans are. And I always pose this question to every Patriots fan because I don't care if you're 6 or 66. You should know the history of your team. If you're going to get on YouTube or any other platform and call yourself a diehard fan, you should know your team in and out. I know the Giants were established in 1925. I can tell you every starting quarterback in a Super Bowl by the Giants, and I don't even have to think very hard. Eli Manning, Jeff Hostetler, Phil Simms, Kerry Collins. It's not hard. You should know this. This is the type of fan you should be, and most Patriots fans are. The first thing I say to gauge a Patriots fan, pride on their team. Name me 2 other starting quarterbacks to start a Super Bowl, not named Tom Brady.
No, I know, man. It's the influx of fans to the team when Brady took over and after we won that first Super Bowl. It's crazy. Like, dude, I remember when Bledsoe I remember when Bledsoe was a rookie. When Bledsoe was a rookie. I remember those days. I remember watching the Green Bay Super Bowl, the Pats versus Green Bay, and just watching the Patriots just get pummeled by Favre and Green Bay.
Reggie White.
Beaten up and into they were just overmatched. And I remember watching that Super Bowl thinking like, dude, I hope we get back. Like, I really do. I hope we get back here because it was, I mean, the tuna and Bledsoe changed the culture of that team. It was, dude, my father and his dad in their day, you couldn't give Patriots tickets away. They didn't even have a stadium until the first Patriots stadium was built. Like they played in colleges and on baseball fields. It was brutal before then.
And me growing up, and even now, if I drop my kids off at school, I gauge the type of fans. Growing up, I didn't see Patriots gear. I saw Buffalo Bills. I saw New York Jets. I saw New York Giants. I saw a ton of Cowboys in my area. That's where the teams in Connecticut at those times. And then once I made the transition from middle school to high school, that's when all the Patriots fans started coming out of woodwork. And I'm like, weren't you a Cowboys fan 4 or 5 years ago? Like, what are you doing? Like,
it's amazing what winning does.
Weren't you a Bills fan? Because I know for a fact, back in the day, my best friend was Danny Garuski, lived on the same block as me. He was a Buffalo Bills fan growing up. When they were making those runs to the 90s, all of a sudden, the tuna came to town, and all of a sudden, that team, that whole household were waving Patriots flags like it's their job. I'm like, what are you doing? It's ridiculous.
Yeah, no, it's just to know it, to know where, like, what it was like pre Brady. Like, because dude, like I said, I saw those years when I was a young kid. I saw Bledsoe's rookie year, and like I was real young. I was young, but like I like Bledsoe, and then I remember Easton before him. Like I remember the guy before Bledsoe. It's like I've seen what it's like I've seen pre-Brady days, and I've seen pre-Brady days, and there's gonna have to be a huge mindset swing. Like you have to realize that we is there a chance that we may not, that we may get the wild card or might not make the playoffs this year. There is a good chance of that. There's, with the struggles that are put in front of the Pats right now, there's a shot at that. I know Belichick is an amazing coach, Hall of Fame coach. You can only coach the talent up so far. This is Bill Belichick's toughest challenge yet to date.
Oh yeah, I totally agree.
He got his wish. Bill got his wish. Brady is gone. Gronk gone. And I hope, I can only hope that Bill's up for this challenge, and he fully invests
at this late stage of his career, because at the end of the thing, like, let's just say the Patriots are average this year. Let's say the Patriots are like 9-7, 10-6, and barely make the playoffs. Like, people will be understanding, be like, great job by Bill. But at that point, if Bill's like, hey, I don't want to put any more effort into this, he can just walk away. And what's Robert Kraft going to do?
Yeah,
shame.
Nothing. He's
Exactly.
got no leg to stand on.
Because Robert Kraft, you're a borrowed time, bro. Because Belichick is what, in his late 60s right now? How many more years realistically do you think Bill Belichick can coach? Although he's always rumored to the Giants, so
he's yes, he's going back to New York,
dude. I'd welcome him with open arms. I do not care. I'd welcome him with open arms, because you know what? It's no secret. Those Giants defenses of the through the mid 80s all the way to the early 90s, it was Bill Belichick. I love Parcells, and he had some moves, being able to take care of Lawrence Taylor and hide what he was doing behind the scenes, to sit there and really get into Phil Simms' head and make sure he's that quarterback you need. He did remarkable jobs. Don't get me wrong. And the staff that he actually put together. Have you ever gone back and actually looked at those Giants staffs?
Yeah.
And looked at the Parcells tree? It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
The fact that we had that many good name coaches on that. I mean, Romeo Crennel, Tom Coughlin, Bill Belichick. Like, it was ridiculous. Those staffs were crazy. And the fact that they put those things together, and then the Giants should have won like 10 Super Bowls with that staff. It was ridiculous.
Yeah, no, Bill's but he's something else as a coach. He's something else. It's the Giants days, and then he moved to Cleveland, and he went 500 in Cleveland. He went 8-8 in Cleveland, and they lost their mind. and they let him go. Like they lost their mind and let him go. It's like it's like what the regret that organization must have looking back at it now is.
Oh, I want to make something a quick statement for the chat, guys. Jeffrey Godin Jr. in the chat is me. That's my name.
Wait, what?
So, Jeffrey Godin Jr. in the chat, because I've been typing in the chat.
Yeah.
As we've been talking, is me. I just want to let the chat know that. You guys don't know.
So yeah, so that's OG. So OGR is up in the chat. So it's like that. Pats fans are gonna. I mean, there could be a route. You're gonna have to adjust some expectations a little bit because.
Oh, I love it. I love it because for years, my wife's cousin, he's a huge Pats fan and he's a very knowledgeable fan. He's actually a bigger Red Sox fan than he even is a Pats fan. Huge sports fan in general. And he always would talk to me with this cocky attitude, like, here's what the Giants need to do. Finally, when we get together this year, whatever that may be, hopefully we can get together for Christmas and or Thanksgiving. I'm really hoping. I get to be like, so how's life now, buddy? You don't have Super Bowl expectations, do you? This is how it feels now. This is what it feels to be like, you know what? If the Giants go 8-8 or 7-9, like that's the expectations fans have now. Like if you're a Pats fan and expect Super Bowl, you were out of your mind.
Dude, here's the thing, right? It's the Patriots buy Vegas, and Vegas is usually pretty well plugged into these organizations. The over-under for the Pats is 9.5. 9.5 wins on the season. And they play the AFC West this year. So they play the Chargers, they play the Broncos, they play the Seahawks, they play the Niners.
They play the NFC West and the AFC West?
No, NFC West.
You said Seahawks. You were thinking pre-2000s when the
NFC West. They play that. My mistake. And they play the NFC West this year. So they play that whole West Coast. The Niners, the Seahawks, the dude. It's not going to be a pretty year. Like, it's not going to be easy this year. Like, there's no easy schedule anymore this year.
If you really look at it, there's a ton of mediocre teams in the NFL. Like, I know the cream of the crop, but like there's a ton of mediocrity. Like you can go through every division and say mediocrity. I think Buffalo is the heads above best in like the AFC East, but then you have the Jets who are going to be mediocre. You have, they'll be improved, but they'll be mediocre. The Pats will be mediocre. The Miami Dolphins could be right there at mediocre. I expect them to have a little bit many more wins than 5 wins to me personally, but hey, even I like what they've done in the draft. And then you can just go where the list goes on. Cincinnati's going to be crap, but Cleveland's going to be mediocre. Steelers are going to be mediocre. I expect Denver to be there, but I said 9-7 record. So Denver right there, another mediocre team. Like, you can go through the whole, there's a ton of mediocrity in the NFL. You're either good or mediocre in the NFL. Like it's crazy this year.
What's an even bigger gap between like mediocre teams and then the really good, / elite teams? It's so that's a pretty large, talent gap there, right? You know what's an even bigger one? The really good coaches. There's either really good coaches or there's just absolute you're either the coaching tree is either way up here and then it's like, you have 1, 2, or 3 coaches that are the top tier, and that second tier down, dude, it's like a mile down. Like it's a mile. It's not even close.
And there's so many new coaches this year. You have Kevin Stefanski. You have Ron Rivera, even though he's not a new coach, he's on a new team. You have McCarthy coming back. You have Joe Judge. Like
Matt Rule,
Matt
Carolina.
Rule. Yeah.
It's that, but see that's like that gap is huge. Like there's 1 or 2 or 3 coaches in the league that are very, very good coaches that are, that know the game inside and out. And then it goes down. You know, as you go down in tiers, like it's the jump is so significant.
Yeah, I concur. It's crazy.
Now, so what are your expectations this year for the Giants? What do you expect out of the new team?
I think anybody in the chat that have listened to me more than 5 minutes knows my expectations are between 6-10 and 8-8. The Giants are gonna have one of those records, regardless of what they do in the draft. They're just not ready to compete yet. You're in the second year of a rebuild. You just took a quarterback last year. You have so many moving parts with Joe Judge and that whole coaching staff. And I don't trust ownership. The biggest problem for the New York Giants is ownership. The ownership has made bad move after bad move after bad move when unceremoniously firing Tom Coughlin and then keeping on Jerry Reese. You should have fired both then. And the fact that Dave Gettleman is on the hot seat, and it is true, he is on the hot seat. I just do not. I fear what may happen for the Giants, and I don't want the Giants to overreact, have a mediocre season, which would be one of the records I said. Fire Dave Gettleman, and then all of a sudden, okay, we're this GM. Like, who are you going to get as GM at that point? Like, to me, it's really frustrating with the New York Giants, and I hope they just allow this thing to play out. Keep Dave Gettleman on. He's doing a good job. There are questionable moves with trades like Alec Ogletree or I'm drawing
You know what though? I think Gettleman is kind of learning his lesson. I think Ogletree taught him a lesson. I think some of those bad trades in the I think he's learned his lesson a little bit with some of those trades that have come back to bite him.
Hopefully. I mean, I'll tell you what watching the draft last night, because optimally at 36, I wanted the Giants to trade back, and they actually had a trade in place to trade back with another team, and Xavier McKinney fell into their lap.
Yeah.
And they said, okay, forget you, we're taking Xavier McKinney.
Mm-hmm.
Had Xavier not moved, the Giants would have been perfect, because the Giants would have at least recouped another pick in the third round, or at least the back end of the second. And you know who they get at the back end of the second that I really wanted? Logan Wilson. Like, I really, really wanted Logan Wilson. That kid's a gem in the draft. Kid out of Wyoming. So, yeah. It was a long time to wait from 36 to 99. Thank God I don't got to go through that today. Because I told my wife, hey, the draft's on at 7 o'clock. I kind of want to take over the TV. And I flip it on. I'm watching. I literally walked back to my computer, played some video games, and then walked back to the draft. It was so long.
No, I streamed it yesterday, right? And
yeah, I saw that.
You could see like somebody put something up like the 3 stages of Roger Goodell, and it was him from picks 1 to 20, and then 20, and at the end of the night, you just see him his feet are kicked up and he's on his chair and he's just not giving a shit. He's got this
even sat in that chair awkwardly to me. It was like, are you comfortable? I know that chair looks comfortable. It's either leather or pleather, one of the two. Yeah. Are you comfortable, Roger? Because you don't look it. And you would think they'd have somebody else set up, or you'd have a camera somewhere to announce the picks. Like, they're giving all this credit to all these people for either frontline people, military service people, whatever, for the draft-a-thon.
Yeah.
Allow these people to announce the pick. What's wrong with you?
I know.
Why do we have to cut away to Roger Goodell? And you could tell he's just like, I have to interact with fans before I announce the pick. Jet fan, come on, boomy. I know you want to. Ridiculous.
He was happy they just couldn't boo him in real life.
Oh God. To me, it's so funny. Every time I see the fans, I don't even think they switch the people. I just think they have the people switch the makeup and the stuff. It just seems like this.
Just put a different. They send him 32 different jerseys and just wear them.
Exactly. The Giants are up. That's probably why half the time is waiting for is it's the pick's been in for 10 minutes, but they have to allow the people to put the makeup on and the stuff and change the
get the different signs and the different jerseys on.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh man, it's going to be an interesting year. It's definitely going to be an interesting year.
Absolutely.
Yeah, like I think that just oh god, I still can't get over the Eagles pick. I still can't get over that Jalen I knew they were I still just can't get over it. I'm like, what are you doing? Like what are you doing? Um so OGR,
Yeah.
the the uh the Patriots, man. What do you think it's double digit wins in a playoff, or are we gonna miss the playoffs this year for the first time in a very long time?
It's honestly, I'm gonna say you missed the playoffs only because I don't know what Jared Stidham's gonna do. I don't. It's his first year being a starter, and he played behind Brady. And Belichick has all the confidence in the world, it seems like, but it's Stidham. What can Stidham do? Because you guys go as far as Stidham takes you, and I'm gonna say you're gonna miss the playoffs because you know quarterbacks, regardless sitting in back of somebody for a year or not, have a tendency to struggle a little bit. And it's about getting over that struggle. And you have tough teams in your division. You are on even for the first time in a long time. You are on the even playing field with the Miami Dolphins, with the Jets, with the Buffalo Bills, especially. Buffalo could have.
Dude, I think Buffalo's going to go 11 or 12 wins again this year. I think that Buffalo's D still is still very good, and they only improved on offense. The Diggs on the team now makes that offense more potent. I think that this year may be Buffalo's year to win the division. They may take the division this year. If now this is all under the presumptive stuff that Stidham is the starter. It's like we as Pats fans can't we can't you can't just throw this kid in there and expect him to be Brady, which I think is gonna if they roll with Stidham, they're gonna. I think that's, dude. Boston and New York media, dude, they are sharks. If the Pats, what do you think the media is gonna do to Jared Stidham if he starts and the Patriots go 7-9 and miss the playoffs?
Oh my God, it's gonna be ridiculous. Because you know what Patriot show I always get a kick out of on CSN, Celtic Sports Network, or is that who does it? But there's like a Patriots show every week, and for years they've always had these analysts that just seem very cocky and like, "Hey, Patriots are the best team in football. What can I say? Like, this is not hard at all." I can't wait to see that. I really can't wait to see that when they actually have to like diagnose and actually give like actual real thoughts on their team and like how the Patriots can improve. It's gonna be great. I can't wait.
Yeah, the expectations of this whole region have to you have to adjust. You have to adjust. Like there's no like if Bill Belichick somehow manages to go 10-6 and get this team into the playoffs, dude, that's because that's to me 10-6 would probably be the ceiling.
Absolutely.
That's the ceiling. Especially if Stidham is the starter, that is the absolute ceiling that we can hope for. Like, especially with the divisions that they play this year and the competition in the division, like you said, level playing field now. Level playing field.
I love it. I'm so tired of you guys dominating. I really am, Bobby. I'm sorry. Can we have like one losing season with the Patriots and just watch it all come crashing down?
Now, let's jump over OGR. Let's jump over to basketball, man. So for one,
we're jumping back to basketball.
Well, yeah, let's go. Let's jump back to basketball.
Yep.
If they do start the seasons, right?
Mm-hmm.
How are they gonna? Do you think they're gonna try and finish the year? The regular season, because I believe there was only 10 games or 10 or 12 games left, because like here's the thing, right? If they just say, sorry guys, playoffs start now, teams like the Spurs, teams like the Pelicans, teams like these bubble teams, OGR, are, dude, they're going to be pissed.
Like we covered before, it's unfair to those teams. And again, if they do start, it's a mockery of the sport if they start the playoffs. Just accept that, you know what, you've for the first time ever, you have something that you never expected to happen, you know, and you don't know how to deal with it. And it's okay to sit there and say, I cancel the season. You know, I feel bad for the vendors out there. I feel bad for the people that go to the stadium, the security guards, the people that are the janitors, the people that, these are the people who are suffering because they expected those nights of packed people to clean up after, to help, to show them where their seats are, whatever it may be. Those are the people I feel bad for. I could care less about the sports athletes. They make millions or hundreds of thousands of dollars a year. Like, I don't care. I don't care about the stadium owner. I don't care about any of these people. I feel bad for the people that actually work the stadium. These are the people that are going to
the hourly wage people. Hourly wage people. Yeah.
The guys that expect that stadium to be open night in, night out.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
And get it flipped, even just flipped over to events. So, you know, a lot of these stadiums run concerts. A lot of these stadiums maybe have like an indoor arena team, whatever it may be. These are the people I feel bad for because these are the people who are absolutely suffering now. And you're not going to bring those people back. So, you know, somebody like Mark Cuban has actually done a lot to help those people. So I respect to him, even though
I was just going to say, I respect what Cuban and the Spurs, that organization, are doing for those people. Like that's, yeah, like he's that was a good move on his part.
Hey, if one thing Mark Cuban knows how to do, it's save face. I don't always agree with his opinions. He can save face. I'm telling you right now, come 2024, next presidential election, Mark Cuban's running for president. You book it. Book it.
Yeah, like if they just go with the playoffs, it's a bad look because it's like you're gonna really upset a lot of these owners and organizations that are right on the cusp. Like it's like, give me my 12 games and let me see what my team can do. Like, but you know, it's because the Spurs and Pelicans were right there. Like, you don't know how the rest of those 12 games are gonna go.
The fact of the matter is, it's just the NBA are in just a tough situation, and they just can't. If you were the NBA, no, just absolutely no. You can't do it. You can't. Yeah. I'm sorry. I'm sorry to NBA fans out there. I'm sorry to people in the chat that if you really wanted to see the NBA because, you know, of everything that's going on, no, you just can't do it. Can't do it. Sorry.
Yeah, no, I'm with you, man. It's to me, they've run out of time. They've run out of time to make a decision. It needed to be made a long time ago if they were going to sort this out and and do it the way they wanted to do it.
They should have, if they wanted to, they should have committed to mid-May, and that was it.
Mm-hmm.
Mid-May, shorten half the regular season games to 6, and then playoffs from there. At least it gives some bubble teams a chance. You can move up into 6 games. You go on a 6-game winning streak because everybody's going to be rusty coming out of the gate anyways. Like, as a Celtics fan, you know, what could have been? I mean, I'm fully confident the Celtics get their shit together. They can beat anybody in the East.
I see. For me, if the season does get canceled, the biggest disappointment is, for me, if the Celtics could beat the Bucks in a series and get to the finals, and get to the finals, because I think it was going to come down to us and the Bucks. I think that's what it was going to come down to. I think it would have been the Celtics and the Bucks. Can this new age Celtic team get past Giannis and Lopez and Bledsoe and that Milwaukee team? And if they could, they might actually stand a chance against LeBron and AD. They might actually stand a chance. They
can go toe-to-toe with anybody. There's no doubt in my mind. When the Celtics are on their game and they're hitting on all cylinders, they can go toe-to-toe with anybody in the NBA, and it's not unfathomable. It's not unseen. The problem is consistency for the Celtics because you can get that night off. But for the most part, the Celtics are, and when they are consistent, they are the most dangerous team in the NBA. And I hate to toot our horn, but it is what it is.
It's, OGR, and you know what drives me up a wall, right? Gordon Hayward.
Stay home and play video games, bro. Just stay home and play video games. on
Gordon
your
Hayward,
fast internet.
when he, dude, that injury messed him up so bad. It messed his mind up so bad.
You know what? He was starting to turn it around this year. I will give him that. Maybe it's not the player you wanted or I wanted, but he seemed to start turning it around. He went through stretches this year where he was back to old Golden Hayward. But then all of a sudden, maybe Jaylen Brown comes back from injury or Jason Tatum has a night off and you're expecting Gordon to pick up the slack and he doesn't. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's like the inconsistency was our biggest. That was the biggest nightmare because, dude, you saw flashes for like 2 weeks straight of what this team could be if
they'd run people off the court. They'd run people out of the court. When you're bringing in Taco Fall because you have a 30-point lead and you're not going to give up, that things are good. And I love Taco, by the way. I love Taco. I don't give a shit if they have to give a roster spot because this dude can come in. Because you know what? I want to see Taco give it more than I want to see Taco toward the end of the season. I know they won't because obviously you have to decide. But next year, beginning of the season, let's give Taco 10 minutes. Let's give Taco 10 minutes on the court and see what happens.
Yeah.
See if you can develop this guy. A 7'6" guy that just basically needs to do this at the basket is valuable.
That first
in the
Taco
NBA.
Fall dunk was that was a thing of beauty.
And he's not even a bad defender. Like, I know what they're worried about. Him on the perimeter, one-on-one with Joel Embiid. That's what they're worried about. That's what they're worried about.
Yeah, the speed.
And if that's the case, you have enough playmakers on the court. You have Jaylen Brown. You have Gordon. You have good defenders on the court. The only liabilities you have on offense at that point are kind of Kimba and Taco. And Kimba can play decent defense. Like, you have so many guys that can go one-on-one with anybody in the NBA. Tatum can go one-on-one with anybody in the NBA, even on defense. Like, the things I'm saying might be crazy to people in the chat because of, wow, OGR, you're a shitty NBA fan. But all that seemed like, I want to see Taco flourish. I really do. I really do enjoy that kid. I think he's got talent. He moves well for a 7'6" guy. Like, give this kid a chance.
Yeah. No, I'm with you.
And to me, it seemed like they were putting him out there as a gimmick. Like when we were sitting there at home yelling at the TV, and then you could hear everybody in the crowd, "We want Taco."
Oh yeah.
We want Taco, and guys are in taco outfits. Like, give this kid a chance. Like, Brad Stevens, what are you doing? You have a weapon here. Use it. Utilize it.
No, if he develops like that, he's going to be a weapon. If he develops, and
even if he develops, not a crazy mid-range jumper, a turnaround from 10 feet.
Yeah.
If he can hit that shot consistently, he is such a weapon. A shot just outside the paint. Teach this kid a hook shot. He is so unstoppable. You're not stopping him with a hook shot. You need to double team him in the paint. And at that point, he just tosses it out to Tatum and Tatum for three. Like, this kid is such a weapon if you give him a shot. The Celtics got to stop with his gimmick shit and stop getting people to buy Taco Fall jerseys and make this kid into a weapon.
No, I know but see, that's the shame thing to me. Like, that's the sad part about it to me is we're not like the Celtics had a legit shot. They had a legit shot this year, and we're never gonna know. Like, that's what sucks. That's what sucks.
Can I explain something for in the chat because I'm blowing people's mind, guys? Pretty much, I am a one New York team. I am a New York Giants fan. Everything else is above the border. Above the New York border. I am a Boston Celtics fan. I am a Red Sox fan. I am a not Boston. I'm about to say Boston Whalers. Hartford Whalers fan. Like, yes, I'm still a Hartford Whalers fan because I can't root for any other hockey team. I tried to root for the Red Wings. There was no way I was rooting for the Bruins or Rangers. So I am still a Hartford Whalers fan, even though they'll never come back. So that's
so we'll have to work on them on that last team. We'll have to work on him on that last.
You can try all you want. I'll come on and call a Bruins game with you. And no.
Yeah, but that's the most that's the most like disheartening thing because it's like, dude, they had a legit shot this year. They did. They were one of the 5 teams this year that actually had a legit like 4. They were probably one of the 4 teams that had a legit shot at getting there.
Honestly, with the NBA, my sights have turned to the draft and see what the Celtics can do.
Yeah.
Because I really want a dominant big man. Even
It's
though
the
that's
one,
like
dude. It's the one missing piece. It's the one missing piece. If they get a big bodied, a big bodied true center that can
or
be a
even a
true
big
center.
bodied power forward that can fill in like Al Horford. That could play center and power forward. Like I'd be fine with that.
Yeah. No, yeah. It's the
'Cause
one missing piece.
You have guys that can come off the bench. Like you don't need Enes Kanter. You don't. You can use Tice is fine. Williams is fine. These guys can come off the bench all day long and be solid defensive helpers, solid rebounders. Like, give me a power forward. Give me basically a Joel Embiid. That's
Yeah.
that's what this team is missing. If this team gets a Joel type Embiid player, this team is unstoppable.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. It's the one missing piece. It's the one piece that they're looking for. But OGR, man, it's been fun.
It's been fun. Honestly, I didn't expect to go this long, Bobby. To be totally honest with you. I did not see an hour and a half almost. You should have warned me.
It's been a lot of fun. We still got the rest of the draft to go today, 4 through 7. It's going to be interesting to watch to see, we know, rounds 2 through 5 are when you make your money. 2 through 4, 2 through 5 are when you make these or these later round picks are when you separate
the men from the boys.
Yeah. This is where you make your money. When you can find these guys these diamonds in the rough that can, be an X factor for your team, in the most unexpected ways.
And the Patriots are built through that. And the Giants are kind of trying to get through that. What the Giants really need is the guys that we've gotten in the last couple of rounds, 3 through 4 or 5, is really sit there and develop. That's what the Giants really need. They need somebody like an O'Shane Zimenez and Lorenzo Carter to step up and be the pass rushers we think they can be. And even if Lorenzo Carter can't develop a pass rusher, he could be off the ball.
I like Zimenez.
O'Shane, yeah.
I think with the right, I think with some coaching up and just, hopefully that arrow continues to point up with him. He could be a force, man. If he keeps improving, he could be pretty good for you guys.
He had 4.5 sacks in limited snaps, and so people kind of scoff at that, but at certain points he was getting back there. I saw 53 back there a lot of times last year, getting that QB pressure, getting right there. If that's what the Giants are banking. The Giants are banking on the draft picks they got to develop into the players they thought they were. That's why if Giants fans will be disappointed if we don't take another pass rusher in this draft, but they already believe they have a string of pass rushers that can come in and do the job. So that's why I wouldn't be surprised if they don't take a pass rusher today.
Yeah, somebody in the late rounds.
Yeah.
But OGR, man, it's been a lot of fun.
It's been awesome.
Thanks for coming on, man. Thanks for hanging out with me for a bit. Greatly appreciate you taking time out of the day to come and hang out, bud, and talk some sports with me. Guys, OGR's link is in my description, so if you don't already have him subbed up, OGR, you now a little. So explain to them what you cover on your channel and what you do.
What I cover on my channel is pretty much the New York Giants. I started on here originally one Giant rebuttal, and I just wanted to rebuttal people on the New York Giants. Unpopular opinions that I saw floating out there. Clearly, I saw that it didn't work well. Now, people did enjoy it, and I kind of still do that content. But for the most part, I'm everything Giants. I'm a strong opinion Giants fan. I have a way that I want us to build this team, and I stick to it. And for most part, it's served me well so far. I've been right more than I've been wrong. Put it that way. So that's what you're going to get. A strong opinion Giants fan that comes on here, uses logic, uses reasoning to explain his points, right or wrong. That's what you're getting on my channel. So I appreciate you bringing me on. And again, if you're new to this type of content, again, go sub up Bob because Butcher Black Patriot Talk, just a hell of a dude and a stand-up guy and a great ambassador in the YouTube community.
Appreciate that, man. So OGR's link is in the description, guys. If you don't already have him, the guy's hilarious. His rebuttal videos are hilarious, dude. Because nothing is better than using logic to destroy people.
Oh my God.
Because you can't argue with logic.
My favorite rebuttal I've ever done is Strong Opinion Sports and him telling me that Eli Manning's not a Hall of Famer. That's my favorite. That's my favorite one. That's my favorite rebuttal I've done of all time.
All right, so here's this, right? Check this out. I'm a Patriots fan, and I freaking hate the Giants. Like, I should say, okay, healthy disrespect, healthy hatred.
Oh, same here. Same here.
You guys, Eli Manning. You want to know the sole factor that's going to put Eli in the Hall of Fame? Eli beat the greatest franchise in football for the last 20 years, not once, but twice. And it's not just that he beat them, it's the manner and the way in which he did it. The last 2 minutes of the game, driving down the field and the dagger in the heart. That's why those two wins, those two trophies are going to get him into the Hall of Fame.
Oh, absolutely. But not only that, if you remember back to that Foxborough game early in 2011, they
almost beat him that game too.
No, we did beat him. Kevin Boss, touchdown.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
Yeah, Eli Manning up to point last year had a chance to have a winning record because I believe we're tied with Tom Brady with non-Super Bowls. So he had a chance to actually have a winning record. Now, we obviously weren't going to beat you last year. That defense was ridiculous, and Daniel Jones started that game. But regardless,
yeah, man, I'm telling you that rebuttal was good, but I'm telling you, this is coming from a Patriot fan. The fact that he beat the greatest franchise in the last 20 plus years twice for a Lombardi, the one fact alone is going to put him into the Hall of Fame.
Absolutely.
Especially, he ruined he ruined the perfect season. You bastards, you.
No,
I can't believe
every minute of it. You know what made it great?
What made it
great is that's why we beat. But remember Mercury, the running back for the Dolphins, Dolphins?
Yes, Mercury Morris. Yeah,
Mercury Morris. Don't tell me when you're on my block. Don't tell me when you're in my neighborhood. Tell me when you're at my door. Like when you actually do it. And he trolled you guys perfectly on his radio.
Dude, it was a brutal troll job.
Oh God, it was great. It was great. All right, my wife's getting ready to throw items at me. All
right, OGR, hey man, thanks a lot for hanging out, bro. Greatly appreciate it, and have a good day, my man. Guys, we are out of here. Thanks for watching, OGR. Thanks for hanging out with me, brother. And his link is in the description. Go and give him a subscription, guys. OGR, thanks, man. We're gone, guys. Peace.
Peace.